Big up people, Waffle Don in the building. It's your wild man from West. Today we have a special guest, man like Cape. Was it Cape has balls? Cape has balls in the building.
Cape has balls.
Cape has balls, man. We've got another Arsenal fan in the building. We're gonna talk everything, all things Arsenal. But before we even go anywhere, there's only one couple of things you need to do. Like up the thing and subscribe. And hopefully we're gonna get the link. If you guys or the moderators can find channels, we're gonna put I'm gonna call you Cape for now because I get tongue twisted when I talk, man. But
no, Cape is what it is, isn't it? Like the has pauser is just obviously the description of myself.
I hear it. But yeah, we're gonna get into all Arsenal talk in a bit. So yeah, people, please subscribe to Cape as Pauser. His name's in my description already. So please, if you can just give him a like. I think you're on your way to 1,000 subs. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm almost there. So I'm at 916, I think. So.
Yeah, so come on, people, man. Make sure you subscribe and like up the thing and all of that. But anyway, let's just get into some Arsenal talk in it because the most recent thing, and we're going to get into other stuff now, but the most recent talk is obviously yesterday we got a here we go from Fabrizio for Gyökeres. Now, when I heard that, I was elated, bro. I was so happy after all this time, you know, the negotiations been ongoing, and it was almost like a saga, innit? What's happening? Sorry, I just had another stream going. Yeah, so all this time. So tell me your thoughts or your thought process on from the start of the Gyökeres situation to now.
I think it's just been long, man. Let's just call a spade a spade. Like, obviously, constant updates every day from Fabrizio and all these guys are just about, like, he really wants Arsenal. He wants Arsenal. Obviously, once we agreed to deal, I think that was 2 weeks ago on the Sunday, or agreed to deal in principle, I guess, and it was the add-ons thing. I was just, obviously, the deal was going to get done, obviously, but us as Arsenal fans were thinking it would be the striker that we're going to take long to, we're going to stipulate. Just get the deal done over the line, and let's have the striker in it. But at the end of the day, the deal's done. Hopefully, the formalities at the medical and, signing the paper gets done so he can potentially be involved on Sunday. I doubt it, but I'm interested to see what Arsenal are going to look like moving forward, because obviously Gyökeres is not the typical kind of striker that you would think Arsenal would buy normally. So I'm very, very excited.
100%, man. It's been a while since we've had, obviously a top striker at Arsenal. Last person that, recognizable is Aubameyang. Havertz has done okay in that position, but he's not a typical gunman. He's more of a link-up, type player. He's more of a collectively, he's good, but I don't think he's like that type of player that's going to get us to that level where we cross the line. He nearly did. Fair play, but I just think we need someone that's going to just get us over the line.
We don't have that player that's starving for goals. Like when they're in the box, like they're looking for the did you watch the preseason game today?
I caught the second half. I didn't watch the first. We're going to talk about that in it. Let's segue into that. Do you know what? Let's segue into that.
Like obviously there was moments in the game where Saka was beating his man down the line, as we know what he does, and then puts those low crosses across the box. But we don't have Havertz wasn't there to arrive like sniffing it, and someone like Gyökeres, you can tell he wants goals. So it's like I think his just sheer fact of him wanting to score will get him a lot of goals, given the fact that our team has a lot of people that can create. So I think we haven't had a player like that since Aubameyang, someone that just wants to lay it off. Players like Sanchez, like guys that just want to score. Like we don't really have that. So I'm happy that we have that profile, because it's going to change the way we attack. Because if you have a player that wants to make the end of crosses and make the end of runs, you're going to have to feed him, right?
Yeah, definitely. You know what I saw literally when I watched the game? I saw like times the ball was put into the box, and I thought to myself, these were literally perfect kind of passes for someone like Gyökeres to get on the end of. You know, there's I think a ball from Odegaard, he played it in, but I think Saka or whoever had a bad touch and just couldn't control it. But this is the type of thing we want to see, isn't it? We want to see, like, you know, balls into the box, and obviously our striker getting on the end of those passes. I don't think also as well that, I don't know if pre-season, sometimes I just think pre-season is just something just for fitness. You might get to see how the new players are like, but I just think it's just a thing of just getting through fitness and just avoiding injuries. What did you think of? So we can go through the players quite quickly. What did you think of Norgaard's debut?
I think it was decent. Like, I don't think he did anything that you're gonna kind of shine about, but I think he just did his job. He seemed like he can cover ground quite easily, but he just kept it simple. He seems like he wants to play the ball forward a lot, which is interesting, but like, you know, nothing special. Just kind of, you know, normal debut. How about yourself?
Do you know what? There was one thing that I really thought that he done well in the first half, and he kind of like, he's got one of them hook kind of challenges in it where he just wins the ball back. Yeah. Just played the ball forward to Martinelli, direct to Martinelli. Martinelli tried to run into the box, but unfortunately head down again. Got a good shot in, but good defending from the goalkeeper. But I thought things like that, just, you know, when you see things like that from players like that who, you know, obviously you've been dissed, a lot of people been dissing and stuff like that. Surely this is the type of things you want to see from, you know, players of that caliber. Remember, he was a Brentford captain. Let's forget about the age for a moment. Do you know what I'm saying? As long as he's got the tenacity and he wears the shirt, you know what I mean, on his sleeve, I just think, do you know what I mean? Could he be a good addition to Arsenal?
No, I think he's a good addition, because you have to think at the end of the day, Partey and Jorginho, like, obviously they're quality players, but yet they're coming towards the end of their prime years, isn't it? Jorginho definitely has regressed physically and couldn't give us the same level that we probably required. And with Partey, despite him playing a good season, and obviously everything that's going on with him, I feel like that's the flash in the pan type, because he had been injury prone for years. So I feel like adding Zubimendi and adding Norgaard, like, Norgaard is experienced in the Prem, played like 4 or 5 seasons now. Like, I feel like he can add something, because as a leader and as a senior player, and even though you said, like, minus the age, I think you include the age, because we don't have that many old players in our squad. Like, so you need those senior heads that, you know, when there's the hard parts of the season, they can, you know, keep the locker room at you know, at a level, and, you know, let players know that it's not a hard season. Like, we have a lot of young players that we saw on display today, so they need to have those senior players that are able to, like, guide them. And I feel like I think apparently he used to play as an attacking midfielder in his younger years, Norgaard. He wasn't always a defensive midfielder. So if he has those natural attacking tendencies, I think that adds an addition that we don't have.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Guys, make sure you smash up the likes, man. Big up to BBK and the building, hyper protagonist, HP, I call him. And big up to E Ross, man. Listen, I ain't got the music on here, the Maybach music and all that. Yeah, that's a BBK thing, but you know the deal, bro. Yeah, you know the deal, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Big E Ross in the building, man. So big up to E Ross, man. 10 people in the building. Make sure you slap up the likes and all of that, man. Listen, this is my 3rd stream today, yeah. So I'm kind of like on the border. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, bro. And obviously we've just finished work as well, so it's a bit of a mad thing anyway. But let's go back to the end of last season, and how it all ended for Arsenal. Yeah. What was your thoughts on how we finished last season, and what targets do we need to meet this season? So it's like kind of like a 2-barrel question.
I think the end of last season was poor. Like, obviously, once we got knocked out of the Champions League, which obviously the team that knocked us out won, so you can't really say that we didn't try. I feel like towards that Champions League semi-final, obviously the Premier League results start to get poor, drawing a lot of games, a lot of stale performances where we're not kind of converting the possession. And then obviously towards the end of the season, I think obviously we did enough to finish second, but it wasn't good enough. Like we knew we were good, like we probably knew we were going to finish second, so it wasn't a situation of like feeling that pressure from whoever was third. But going into next season, I think, as we all know, like we have to win a major trophy, either Champions League or Premier League. Obviously, I would prefer the Premier League because we finished second the last 3 years. We know that we're a good team. We know we're going to be in and around there as long as our team stays fit. So I feel like with the additions that we're adding, and hopefully we end it at least or add Eze, which is what I'm hoping for. Like that's the one that we're all hoping for, Eze in that 10 shirt. So if we can add that, I feel like we have good enough quality in each position, like that we can do something this season. Like that's all I'm feeling. And adding that striker like Gokares, adding players that seem to be a bit more attacking, a bit more forward thinking in their passing and their movements, I feel like it can only bode well. Like that's all I'm thinking. And maybe I'm an optimist, or maybe you can say I'm too positive, but it's just like, and if our floor level and our bad season is second, I think 13 points behind Liverpool. Obviously, a lot of draws. Obviously, I'm not just doing simple math saying, oh, you put a striker, convert. But I feel like if that's our bad season, like if we're expecting a better season with the additions and players coming back fit, like it should be well. Like a major trophy should be the thing. And I believe a Carabao Cup or FA Cup run should be the thing now, because you have better players that, you know, are going to be playing in those games in the earlier rounds that we shouldn't be losing. What would be your answer to that as well?
No, I kind of agree with literally 99% of what you said, actually. Last season was a car crash. I can't believe, bro, if you look at some of my streams from last year, last season, I was fuming with the way we finished. And I was so like mad just based on how much points we just let Liverpool just get ahead of us. Obviously, you can factor in the injuries and all these kind of other things, no striker and all that kind of stuff. But I kind of felt that we kind of actually, you know, kind of done it to ourselves. You know, we didn't, you know, address certain positions in January. We just stalled, in my opinion. But moving on, going into next season, I still feel that I don't know if we can still win the Premier League. This is just my opinion, because I don't know if we have that mentality. And when you look at the likes of Liverpool and you look at Man City, one thing about those two teams is that they have that mentality to go across the line. With Arsenal, we're yet to see that. And this is my only kind of like concern when it comes to our team. Yes, we might have individual players collectively good as a team, but can they go head to head with a Man City? They've proved it once before, and we have a striker. I get it now, but can we do it again? Because to go again and again and again and again and again is tiresome and draining on, you know what I'm saying, you know, mentally. So that's the question I have in my head. Can we actually get over the line next season? Obviously, City have strengthened. They're not going to be as poor as they were last season. Liverpool are the bar as far as I'm concerned right now. They've strengthened. They've also brought in a striker as well. So I'm hearing a lot of people saying we can win the league next season and stuff like that. But I hear this every season typically, and I'm just like, we just need to chill and just, you know what, just stay in the background and just do our thing, bro.
But you know, it is like, as much as people might say people are like optimists and you know, someone like me that even says like I want us to win the league and I feel like we can. You got to set that precedent for yourself. Like end of the day, like I'm not saying that you're not saying that. Like I'm just saying, end of the day, like how I see it is just like I believe this team can win the league. Like I believed in the last at least 2 seasons that we should be winning the league. And as I said earlier, like if our floor level in our bad season, injured season, not addressing things in January is to finish 13 points behind Liverpool, only losing 1 more game than them and drawing a lot of games that like even you said, if you just had one player that was willing to put a couple chances in the back of the net, it could have looked very different. Do you know what I'm saying? We might not be having this conversation even in that injury-riddled season. Like if Liverpool gapped us, I would say, cool. Like I believe they're so ahead of us, and yes, they've made very good additions. Verts and Ekatike are very good players. Like they're very good players, and they're gonna add to what they have. But like I also believe that should we finish the business that we have with Eze, fingers crossed, touch wood, pause. Like we need to win this league, and I feel like we can. Like the main thing for me is I just want to make the football more exciting again, and I hope with these additions that there's a bit more of a spark in how we play, which obviously emulates and the amount of wins that we get.
I hear it. So okay, here's the test for you now. Yeah, let me just want to show you something. Okay, just so based on Arsenal's first, say, 6 fixtures, yeah. Who's our first game? So our first game is against Man United. Let me just see if I can share this screen. I don't know if it's going to go weird. Can you see that? Oh, no. Can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah, so based on our first, say, 6 games, so the first 6 games, Man United, Leeds, Arsenal. Hold on, I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Based on those first 6 games, yeah, how many points do you see us accumulating? So you can go game by game, or
I think we'll beat United. I think we'll beat Leeds. We haven't lost at Anfield for the last 2 years, I think, or 3 years maybe.
Yeah,
don't
I
quote me.
think it's 3 years for you.
I don't fear Liverpool anyways. Like I don't know if you fear Liverpool. I don't fear any team in the league anymore. Like I respect them, but I don't fear them. So I would be very, very ambitious saying that we're going to win at Anfield because we haven't done that in the league in a long time. But I feel like in this season we have to, because it's more about hitting that jab at Liverpool early rather than it even being about us, because they would have lost 3 points already, would have gained that. But if I'm going to be realistic, I think we will draw. So let me say we draw at Anfield, we beat Forest at home. I think we beat City at home.
Okay.
Castle away has always been a smelly one for us, but I think we're going to have to take 3 points there. So I'm going to have to put 3 points there. The reason I say I can beat City at home, like, obviously, yes, we beat them in the last 2 seasons and both were different type of wins, but I just think that like mental barrier with like City is gone from us, in it. Like they can't little bro us anymore. So it's just at home against the big teams, I think we show up. So that's just my opinion.
I hear it. Make sure you go. Yeah, I'm gonna answer it. Make sure you go and subscribe to Cape Has Borza as well, people. Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to build up a little community around here, man. There's 12 people in the building, so you know what to do. Yeah, the like button and subscribe and everything. Yeah. BBK says Liverpool stopped playing after match week 33 after the league was won. Don't let the 10 gap fool us. And my brother Caps in the building says, "Well, big up to Caps in the building, my brother, every time." Okay, so looking at the fixtures, yeah, let's be realistic. Man United, Old Trafford's always been a sticky place for us. Yeah, it's very hard to, because we don't actually really bad them up at Old Trafford. It's usually a 1-0 or something like that. This is a difficult one, man. I'm thinking that we just about win that game. So I'm going to go for 3 points in that game, depending on how the manager sets us up, by the way. Leeds, I can see us beating Leeds at home, but I still respect Leeds as well. I don't think they're a shabby team. Liverpool, I think that's going to be a draw as well. Forest, Yeah, possible win as well. Man City. I'm edging towards a draw in that game for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Just Man City. It's just Man City, isn't it? I know we beat them 5-1 last season and stuff, but I think this is going to be a different City this season. I think they'd be much better. I think
Do you know my only thing, my only gripe is City, despite their attack and the players they have are much better. They haven't addressed that defense yet.
No, the defense is poor.
And that defense was what was the Achilles heel last season. Obviously, yes, everyone can say Rodri, but like they were looking crazy and old. And
exactly.
If they have the same players, they might be refreshed and renewed mentality and whatever. But it's the same players. Like a lot of like, if you expose yourself to the Premier League, these players are not just going to all of a sudden. That City aura is kind of worn off a bit. That's all I'm going to say. Like the people have seen.
100%.
The fear is not there no more. Like that's what I'm.
I hear that. But
if they go out and get a world class defender, which they can always do because they have the money, I might change my mind. But for now, I'm not looking at the defense and I'm like scared of anyone there. Like when we're on the ball and when we're trying to attack. So
I hear that 100%. Maybe it's PTSD in it with City because we owe them some licks, especially when we didn't beat them at the Etihad,
that last minute thing,
we did give them some licks as well, but it'd be nice to give them licks into to season. But it all depends on how we set up as well. That's things, and you know what? I don't know. Maybe we will beat them. So you know what? Just give them 3 points anyway. Newcastle. That's a shabby place to go to, man. Especially if Isak's fit as well, because Isak, he likes to bully up Saliba and Gabriel, man. So, boy, I don't know. So, I'm looking at those first 6 fixtures, and maybe there's a few wins in there, but I just don't know. I think they're not going to be easy wins. I think they're going to.
No. Of course, this is why I'm saying, like, obviously, the one thing I like from the preseason game today, like the intensity in which like the players look sharp, the sprints, the fitness. Like the players look good. I didn't see anyone that looked like they were off sorts or like their first touch was bad or they weren't in the game, which is good because we need to be locked in from the beginning. Like we can't have that. We don't have that easy run into the season. To be fair, like for the last couple of seasons, we haven't really had an easy one. We've kind of had a hard run. Last season, we kind of addressed it, or kind of went through it well. I think, in my opinion, given this, like, just if we have tough games, you can't expect to win all of them. But we didn't lose. But I think we can win, man. Like we have to win because I think the run after that first 6 games is quite favorable. So I think we get like 14 out of 18 points. That's mad.
That's optimistic, boy. Seriously enough. I like the way you lot are thinking, man, because obviously, you know what, I'm still like I need to see more from this team in it next season, man. And you know what, maybe you guys are right, but I just need to see that extra from the boys, man. But in terms of more additions, obviously there's been talk about Eze, stuff like that. Is there anyone else that you think that we need or extra additions to the team that we need?
Obviously, I would love a left winger. Like obviously, I feel Eze is a 10. He can play left wing, and probably we were buying him in the case that we can't get a left winger, so you can use him there, which I wouldn't be mad at. But I would love a Rodrigo, or I would love a Leao, in my opinion. And maybe the Leao one might be controversial to some people, but when he played against us today, I just think he has a bit of that individualism that you can't teach, and put into our team where things will be a bit easier for him because it's a better team, more possession, better players. He would do well. Like whether Arsenal will do that, obviously it's probably going to be contingent on a lot of sales, which obviously they've got to get moving because season starts soon. But that's who I would want. How about you?
Yeah, man, I totally agree. Leao, obviously, do you know what? In a fantasy world, Rodrigo, but I don't even think it's a fantasy. If we're serious as a club and we want to get over the line, you know, someone like Rodrigo, you know, go all out for him. But I don't know what the money's saying. But the thing is, yeah, I don't know what the money's saying. But Liverpool seem to be like spending bare money. So why can't we spend bare money?
You know, I always say, like, if you're a big club, yeah, like
Yeah.
I always say this, innit? I don't believe in this. Not say I don't believe in the budget, but I feel like you have a budget for the window, but there should always be some money stocked away for a superstar that you just lock away from the budget. That, like, okay, if a player that you dreamed of on your dream list comes available, you unlock that money and say, do you know what, we're gonna make a big move. You don't just do it as part of the budget. Like, I don't believe in that. Like, big clubs don't move like that. Like, you can't just say, oh, Rodrigo's available, or we need to wait for shifting Reece Nelson before. No. Because Bayern Munich or PSG are not gonna wait for all that stuff before they're gonna make their bid and try and make it for the player. So I feel like if Rodrigo becomes available, and let's see what happens, I believe Arsenal will be in there. Whether we get him, it's a different question. But if we can't get him, I want a Leao. If you think Leao's mid, I think he's just at that age where, as you said, a winner type of player. You want a player that has that experience, that has the like mental ability, which is why I like the whole Gokres thing, because it's like they already have that experience as a footballer. They already have that experience as a player. Like they know the pressure that it takes in terms of coming to the club that they're coming to. So that's just where I'm at. Like, I think I don't really know any other left winger that I really want that's available, to be honest, outside of them two.
What was the other one I was thinking about the other day? I can't even think of anyone. I can't even think of anyone now. Barcola maybe as well, but we're not getting these man now. Let's do you know what I did like as well is Conceição as well, but he's gone to Juve now. So
yeah, he just moved recently.
Yeah, but let's talk on
no, we have to have a word. Sorry, I have to interrupt you. We have to have a word about Max Downer, man. That player, that guy. Cool. And obviously, I'll give a big shout out to Ethan. I think Ethan was arguably man of the match as well. I think he looked warm in the first half. But Max at 15, like it doesn't make any sense to me still. It doesn't. Like, I'm trying to make sense of it. I can't make sense of it. He doesn't even look 15. Like, he looks tall. He looks like built for his age. The confidence, the tech, like the guy is like
mad.
He's fluid. That's what I say. Like, when he dribbles, he just seems like he's cold. Like, I don't know if he's gonna play.
Can he play like?
Yeah, I think. He play Premier League? Yeah, I think the problem was last season, because obviously he was 14. Like, they would have. I think they registered him under the under 16, and there's a rule about, like, if you're registered on the under 16, you can't play first team. But I think this season he's under 21, so obviously he's going to be able to play first team if you can. I'm pretty sure in those Carabao Cups and all them things he's going to be playing. And if any player gets injured, I won't be mad seeing him, because yes, I can't lie. BBK, that point that he says, he does. Ethan and Max make Odegaard, like, he better watch his position, like in terms of this season, because if he doesn't play the way he played in the season before last season, I'm not saying you can just shift your captain, but you will lose your position, because there's hungry young players who have the tech, the ability, the spark. So, but this is what you want in a big team. Like, from the Barca's and the Real Madrids, they have the same type of. They'll have the star players at the prime age, and they have these young guys that are ready to take a position if you're not ready, and they'll step in and take that position. Do you know what I mean? So this is what we want Arsenal to be doing anyway. So.
But on that point, do you think the manager is strong enough to actually drop his captain if he's not performing next season?
I think, funny enough, like, if you think about last season, Odegaard gets, for a captain, he gets subbed a lot. Like, like if you think about captains in most teams, they don't, especially in big games, they don't get subbed. Like, even if you're having a stinker, you're keeping man in there because it's fam. Do you know what I mean? But Odegaard gets subbed, and I don't think it's because of the fact that he's the leader of our press or anything. I think it's you're ineffective in the game sometimes, and you have other options. Mikel wants to switch up, and you're the player that won't change. Like, you know what I'm saying? If Odegaard's having a good game, then you know he's having a good game. But if he's having a bad game, I don't think he's going to dig himself out of that bad game. He's not one of those players, in my opinion. But like, players like Ethan and Max, they have abilities I think Odegaard don't have. Like, Ethan's got a shot on him that I think Odegaard don't have the same kind of ball
exactly.
striking. And
You
Matt's
know,
got the dribbling, like
ability and
got the
everything.
dribbling that Odegaard don't have. Like, so yeah. So what was you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, like, to be fair to Odegaard today, I saw a little bit of the old Odegaard today,
Yes.
and because the thing is, we're all beating him down at the moment. But I saw someone that was up for it today. He had a little bit of more spark in it. You know what I mean?
These bit I can't lie, I love Odegaard. I'm probably one of his biggest critiques because I've seen a player that from so young, and I'm looking at him like in the years that he should be so accustomed. I'm like, can't be wasting it. But maybe the ankle injury actually affected him last season. Maybe these guys are actually just fit, like very, very fit now, and they're feeling good in their bodies. I know, obviously, we've all played football. When you've injured yourself and you come back here, and you're not
confidence in it.
Yeah. Trust me, your body. If you don't trust your body, it doesn't matter how good you are. Like, fam, there's something that's missing. Once you kind of get that confidence again, and you're feeling yourself, it can translate into your game very easy. He looked very good today. I can't lie, he looked very good today. I'm not.
No, man. The chat are like obviously digging him out in it, but do you know what I mean? I thought he done. This is the thing with Odegaard, is that today there were some balls that he threaded through, but no one was able to finish. So that's not his fault. That's not his fault. Obviously, the shooting thing as well. You know, he's had a couple of shots and stuff like that. I think he can do better. Sometimes he chooses the wrong option, when sometimes he can be a little bit selfish and shoot rather than pass. But do you know what? That's just a decision-making thing for us. But obviously, if we're looking at Eze now, I'm surely now, Odegaard's gonna be in trouble now in his position now, because Eze ain't coming to play on no left wing, bro. Because we've got option of Madueke, we've got Trossard, we've got Martinelli on that side as well. I can't see Eze coming in to play on the left. His best ability is running through the center. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just picking up the ball, mashing up low blocks and stuff like that. Why are you going to waste up someone on the left unless it's inside left and he's doing his jinky thing?
I think, like, let's call this, as I said, a big club is not. You don't have sympathy for players, man. It's not. This is football, man. Like, if you're trying to win, they got to have a level of ruthlessness. And bringing a player like Eze, as you said, like, he needs to play in that 10. And obviously, you can look at that and say that might affect, someone like Max, someone like Ethan, their minutes and where they're going to be able to play. But I think naturally, when you build a squad, you got to think about things like long term. Like, a player like Marino is not going to be in our squad maybe in a 1-2 season, so that frees up a space on that left 8. And I think naturally Odegaard's more of a deeper player. I don't think he's a 10. Like, I think he's like that pure kind of 8, that centre mid in between kind of dictator type of player, not that final third player, because he doesn't have either that sweet through ball or that mad ball striking in the 10 that you can say, do you know what, he can receive it and do stuff like maybe what Ethan does or what an Eze can do. So I think if you bring in an Eze, he's going to play, eventually he'll break himself into the first minute. Like, he's that kind of player. So there's no sympathy in football. If Eze's playing well, Mikel's not going to be playing Odegaard from the start. It's down to Odegaard to win his position back when he plays. But I think naturally, if Odegaard loses his position, like, he can fill in at the left behind the Rice and play and be that different option, more like a deeper player. But I don't know if he's going to now accept a bench role being a starter for 5 years, innit? Like, which means you have a good asset that you can sell for probably a good amount of price. You can get 90 million for Odegaard, in my opinion. And
how much you say? 90.
If you've seen what players are going for in this market, you just call a spade. We haven't seen it for Arsenal, but this is what you have to realize. If these are, imagine we win the league this season, then now that Odegaard loses his space because Eze is there. Like, if you're thinking about the 25, the 26,
he's not going for cheap, is he? Odegaard's not going for cheap. We don't sell players in them.
But now, like, you have to realize we're at that level now that once we cleared the deck of like deadwood in our squad now, next summer, like, bar the Jesuses and maybe whoever else is here, like, if you're selling a Martinelli, you can charge a 60, 70 million, like, because of how the market is and depending on the contract situation, and you can charge a 90 million for Odegaard. If a big team's coming, if he's in the market, but you think of Bayern Munich, one of these guys are not going to want him, or PSG, you can charge that money, because if you've got a Premier League title in your hands, that's a valuable asset. And we don't look at things like that, because of the players we've been selling before, not saying they're not good, but maybe the contract situations plus how Arsenal's situation is plus how we are as a team doesn't benefit that. But I think we're getting to that stage now where I think some of these players that we're going to sell, we're going to see some big bucks coming in. That's all I'm saying. Because it doesn't make sense to sell Odegaard for 50 million unless he has that 1 year left in his deal, which I don't think he does. So
that's wild. Did you mean 90 million euros? Yeah, not 90 million pounds.
I'm saying I'm not saying that's the price you're going to set, but I'm saying like what would be your starting fee for an Odegaard if he's available? Like, I'm not taking 60 million when you're seeing Wirtz go for 110 million. If Odegaard's like 20,
the thing is, you know, the thing is,
though, what the market sets.
The thing is, though, yeah, Odegaard's he's only had one bad season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Realistically, isn't it?
Yeah.
He only had like a, you know, but obviously there's things that we dig out of him. You know, he's weak at times. He goes to ground easy. But technically, yeah, when we talk about ability on the ball, yeah, he's on levels. What's that?
He's levels.
Oh no! Can it's just sorry, man. People said bring me dinner and everything. I mean, can I eat that? Yeah. Is that ready?
Yeah.
You put a thing over it, please. Yeah. So he's still technically a very good player. But the thing is, what I think the people here in the chat and stuff like that is they have more. They want to see more from him, innit? They want to see him take more responsibility. They want to see him score more goals. They want to see him produce more assists and stuff, more GA and stuff like that.
I just don't think he's just not one of those players. Like, I think that 22-23 season was an anomaly for him, probably given the role that he took on. Like, he scored a lot of goals, like, and he, you know, broke records and that. But I don't think that's his game. Like obviously, maybe I'm a stats guy. Maybe I look too into like football on an analytical level. But I think when you see Odegaard's play style, his first ball is not to receive the ball between the lines and then turn and smack it, or see the ball between the lines and then thread a man. He's more of a ball retainer. He's more of a conductor. He's more of a flow guy. He's not like when Odegaard like gets a goal. It's like, remember when he was getting his goals, it was that pull cut back to the edge of the box, and you know, I'm saying it wasn't like he's getting the ball and doing what Ranieri does, and he's turning and, you know, smacking it top corner. That's not Odegaard's game. So expecting that for him is a bit unfair. I'm not saying that we shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't see where he's gonna ever do that. That's why I said he's a bit more of a deeper player. Like, I see him more as that guy that, not saying you don't look at his stats, he probably will contribute, but he's more of that before the 10 type player, like an 8. He's not a 10.
He's more of an attacking 8, isn't he?
I'm not saying he's a Modric, but he's that kind of position. He's not a DM. He's not a like Rice type of 8. He's just a hybrid type, a cultured type of centre midfielder, but he's not a 10. A 10 is like a Bruno Fernandes, where you get the ball on a half turn, you're looking to play a nice free ball, you're smacking it, and you have the tendencies and the capability to do that. You're not, or Neze, for example, he's not that. Like, that's why we want that, because if we had that in Odegaard, we wouldn't be wanting that. So it's just that, innit? Like, I think end of the day, if he does have a good season this season, that only bodes well for us long term, because Max and Ethan look ready for first team, and they're gonna have to have minutes, and they're gonna have to have the pathway, and naturally. I'm not saying naturally. It's either he's gonna have to take a bench role left 8, which I don't see how your captain has the pride to get demoted to a bench role, and you're gonna probably see either Rice or Saka captain, and you're just gonna be confined to that, or he's gonna get sold. But either way, I don't see him long term, like the next 2-3 years, being the guy that's gonna be playing in that 10 or that right centre mid position for us, because we have two. If you sign an Eze, you have Max, you have Ethan, and you have Eze.
On Max and Ethan, though, I want to just concentrate on Ethan, because he's played 28 Premier League games, whether it starts or subs or starts or whatever. I was impressed when he first come onto the scene, man, because he was just balling out, just doing that thing where he just slips to the left and just bangs it top bins and stuff like that. Do you think next season he's going to have a little bit more of an impact on the team? Do you think next season? Yeah,
I think obviously, again, like if we sign Eze, like it makes if we sign Eze and in left winger, it makes Ethan's minutes very, very scarce, because obviously then he's going to be competing with Odegaard and Eze, and then Madueke and Saka for the 2 positions in it. So it's interesting to see. I don't think we're going to get a left wing and Eze. I think if we get Eze, I think that's us. Like, in my opinion, I'll be surprised if we get a Rodrigo or another left winger, but we can be hopeful. But I think Ethan, one, he's a 10. He's a natural 10. And I respect him at 17 mostly for jumping in that Saka position and still having a great season in Premier League and Champions League. Like, I think he got like 3 or 4 Champions League goals. I can't remember, like something like that. So, which is interesting for a young player. Like, he's amazing. I think we haven't seen much of these players, like both Ethan and Miles as well. I think Ethan especially, like, he should have a good season because if he gets more minutes, I think he's going to be eyeing that England squad for that World Cup, which everyone's going to be eyeing. And I think Ethan's that kind of player. Like, you have to realize, especially if Arsenal win the league and Arsenal play well and Arsenal, like, compete in Champions League, I think Ethan will have something to say. Because if he had 9 goals and 1 or 2 assists in his first season, like coming off the right, his natural position, coming in like injured team, he's coming in a team that's flowing better. Like, I was seeing Zubimendi today, like fizzing Max and fizzing Odegaard early. So think about Ethan getting that ball early, half turn. Like, it just makes sense. Shout out to Loudmouth Football. What are you telling me, bro?
To Loudmouth Football, man. Yeah, man. There's a question here from Hyper Protagonist, man. His question here is: do you think we'll land Eze?
I think we'll land Eze, but I just don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
Oh, okay.
I think it's gonna be one of, like, I hope it doesn't drag to after the season starts because I feel like that would be unfair for Eze himself. But I think the only way for Eze naturally now to come to the squad, you need to sell Trossard, in my opinion.
Trossard, yeah.
Yeah,
you want to sell Trossard?
I don't think he. I think there's just more. Yes, there's more value in Martinelli, but I think,
of course.
Like if you have an asset like Trossard's an aging asset, like he's not gonna get better from here. He might still have the impact because he's one of those players, but he, in my opinion, even though he's still got some good stats last season, I don't think he got less goals. I think that's what it was. I think he got more goals in the season before, but he got more assists than the last season. But I think
he's been one of our best attackers, though, isn't it, over the last?
Yeah, 100%. But he was bought as a stopgap
yeah,
for a left wing, and I think he's getting older. What, he's getting 31. I think you're not gonna. When they were negotiating a new contract, they said it wasn't longer terms. They just said it was more bread. So it's like you're gonna give a depreciating asset more bread, which is gonna make him less sellable in the future. Still, like if you're gonna give him a longer contract, I said fair enough. So it's like if a little 20 million comes in for Trossard, you kind of break even. I think you take it, because if that's what you need, like in terms of to balance the books or to clear the room for Eze to come in, get it done, man. Because obviously, I kind of analyze everyone else's squad. I'm a nerd, so I said City bought Shirky, they got Foden already, so they don't need a 10. Liverpool got Verts, they got Szoboszlai, they don't need a 10. Harvey Elliott, obviously Chelsea got a million 10s, so they're not going to buy him. But
they're looking at Simmons now.
They're looking at Simmons, okay, cool. So they might sniff there. Obviously, Bayern maybe, because obviously Musiala's got the injury. So would Eze want to go there? But at the same time, if Musiala becomes fit again, maybe you're going to possibly lose your position. But Barca's already got 10s. I looked at everyone else's squad. I said, PSG got their 10s. I said, it's only us that really we have a free lane as a big club. And let's be real, Eze is going to want to definitely prioritize Arsenal if the deal's there. And clearly we know we want him. So it's like, I don't mind us trying to underplay that release clause, because 70 million for Eze, I think he has like 2 years left, maybe, or 1 year left. I'm not sure. Like, you can try and you can get a lower deal still. Crystal Palace aren't some rich club that can afford to try and keep on to Eze, and Eze's probably want to push for a move given the World Cup year thing, and opportunity to win the league at Arsenal. So if this World Cup year thing is a big factor this summer. Like, a lot of players are thinking, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I might have to make that move still, because I want to be able to get into like the Ekitike to Liverpool. He's trying to get into that squad still. Like it's going to be hard for him, but he's trying to get into that squad still.
Definitely. But look at this comment from Hyper Protagonist. 18 people in the building. Yeah, make sure you slap the likes. People, mods, can you share the links? Share Cape's links so everyone can click on that link and subscribe. HP says, but doesn't Arteta run players into the ground? With that logic, are Max and Ethan due a hamstring injury before they turn 20?
It's a good question still, but That's what I said. Like, as long as if Arsenal get the players we need this summer, then as I said, all eyes can be on Mikel because one, obviously, almost every player in the squad will be his signing or his player or player that he's brought through for the academy, and he would have adequate depth in each position. So we shouldn't see players be getting burnt out by December. Like we should be seeing an adequate amount of rotation in Premier League games and Champions League with players playing because we have decent players. Like the level between first choice and second choice isn't that much anymore, like compared to the last few seasons. So I'm expecting the rotation to be better. Will it be better? The evidence doesn't show that. But logic tells me if they're doing what they're going to do this season, which is unprecedented, Arsenal never. Tell me the last time Arsenal bought, we have six players signed right now. I think it's six. Yeah, six.
Mosquera, Zubimendi, Mosquera, Gyökeres,
and Norgard.
Yeah.
6 players already in July. And we're still hoping for Eze, which is 7th. When's the last time Arsenal had a 7-player window? Someone go fact check that. You tell me, because I cannot remember.
I can't.
If we had one of those, a lot of those players were smelly. Like them and Andre Santos type, Benayoun type windows, maybe with them days when we're just, nipping players from here and there. Like this is a quality window, in my opinion. Like so far, like it needs to be better with that magic dust from Eze, in my opinion. So
hear it. Now Mouth says, got a question here. What are the changes I suppose we can foresee in Arteta's 25-26 season, particularly in terms of style of play? Can Gyökeres and Havertz star together in a 4-4-2? I'm going to be real with you, yeah. I don't see the style of play changing crazily, to be honest, yeah. I can't see it. But I might be wrong. Gyökeres and Havertz. Do you know, if you play Gyökeres and Havertz in a 4-4-2, the only thing with this year, I think Havertz's best position is actually playing as a false 9.
Yeah, he's an SS still.
He's like the assist guy, innit? And giving it to like.
Havertz is a very good footballer still. Like people underrate his thing, but Havertz is a good footballer and he's a very intelligent.
Don't say that to BBK, yeah. Don't say that to BBK.
We can go band for band with BBK.
I personally, I don't really rate Havertz that way. He's got some good qualities, but I don't really rate him in that way. I think
playing with a player I think we're definitely going to see a change, like in certain tendencies in our game. And I agree with Red Skull that we need to sell Zinni and buy Hater. I'll definitely do that. But whether we will do that, we'll see. But I think stylistically, the players that we're signing are just different. Like Norgard and Zubimendi are more progressive passers than Partey and Jorginho. Like if you get a Madueke, he's a
hold on. Did you say better progressively than Partey? Are you crazy?
Yeah, Zubimendi's a better progressive part.
Oh, sorry, not Zubimendi, but Norgard isn't.
No, but I'm saying like as a pairing. I'm saying though I think Jorginho is one of the best passers, I think just like the way that the little things, like Jorginho is more of a dictator, which we need, but Zubimendi does that as well as the progression. Norgard is more of the legs because he's permanently proven, but his natural play styles to play forward. Like he's a simple guy. Like he's not. I'm not saying he's like the way El Neni was.
No frills.
The way El Neni was a play side to side. I think Norgard is just a play forward, just a one touch. Like I'm not gonna try and do anything. And if I can play a pass, I'll play a pass. That those little things count because you just get the ball a bit early. Like my problem with us last season was like players were just taking too long to just find guys between in the central areas. Let's give the ball to the center mid and let him turn on a half turn and then play. Let him open up play. Like we win the ball back in our half, and guys are not willing to just play the ball forward to the winger or striker that's making a run, and then we have a 1v1. Like we see Liverpool doing it all the time with their team, Chelsea do it all the time with their team, and we weren't doing it. I think when you have players like Zubimendi and Norgard who are more forward thinking, you have a player like Madueke who's definitely a transition player who I'm pretty sure we want to get into. He's a ball carrier. He gets a lot of shots off in the game. Gyökeres is a runner in behind. He's not your typical Arsenal player that back to goal, or false 9. I don't really see him dropping in and linking up play the way maybe we've seen a Havertz or Jay's used to. I think he's more in behind, which means players like Odegaard or an Ethan or an Eze have to find those runs, which I think changes the way we play. Because if you have a player that's going to offer you runs, you're going to have to play him. Otherwise, you can't then judge Gokras if you don't score, if you're not feeding him. And the same way City adapted to Haaland's style, you've got to adapt to a man's style. If you're going to spend that money on a striker, then you got to feed him. And I think that changes the way we play, because like the players stylistically are a bit different. And even though the system's the same, just the players within the system are different. That makes a difference.
I'm going to address Loudmouth here. Havertz is a top footballer, just needs to learn to stay composed in a situation where he's being closed down. The thing is, Havertz is like 24, 25 now, so really he should be doing that. He should be doing that now, to be honest. And the thing is, would you take Havertz in your team? That's one question. And how I see Havertz, I see Havertz as like a Nunes type player, innit? He's like Marmite, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's like, some people like him, some people don't. There are qualities about him. Do you know what I mean? Like Nunes, on his day, he could rag up a team, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But half of the time, he misses a lot of chances. I see Havertz as that type of player as well. So I don't necessarily see him as a top player. I see him as a functional player that can play in the system. But the problem that Arsenal fans, or the people that watch my videos, is how much we pay for Havertz and how much he's on. Do you know what I mean? He's getting top money, and for that type of money, we want to see more from him. We want to see a lot more from him, especially in games, where he misses a lot of chances. He just does some madness at times. But I don't want to talk too much about Havertz and that, because everyone's got their own opinions and stuff. But that's my opinion on that. I heard Norgard played well today. He did, actually. And this is what we want to see from our new players. But also, quick thing as well, you said that we've had a good window because we bought 7 players in there. I've had conversations with BBK and stuff like that, and he's talked about replacements, not additions. So in terms of replacements, we've done well in that regard. But in terms of additions, how are you rating the additions that have come in? Because we haven't really bought in, apart from Zubimendi and Gyökeres, obviously. We still haven't got our Eze yet. Do you know what I mean? Do we need like a couple of additions? I mean, quality additions, not just replacements.
No, I agree. Like, you need numbers in your squad, innit? Like, you don't like us having a 1 in 1 out basis, like, isn't good enough. Havertz isn't shit, but isn't good enough, because if players get injured, then you still only have one player in your position, innit? But at the same time, like, if you look at the players who's left our team, Jorginho, Partey, Kieran Tierney, if I'm correct. Like, obviously, 2 of them been replaced. Kieran Tierney was like a 3rd or 4th left back that we wasn't really thinking about. So like, his squad position's been replaced by someone like a Madueke, who wasn't, people weren't thinking about.
We're going to get into Madueke in a bit,
People weren't thinking about buying a backup right winger, because obviously they didn't think Arsenal were going to spend the money in that position, but they've gone and done that. And I think we want to see a bit more signings, and I hope, like, ideally you sign Eze, you don't sell Trossard. Like, I want more numbers, but I'm just thinking about how Arsenal operate. Like, I'm just thinking they definitely will be looking to sell a 1-2 player. And I think the thing is, like, the players like Reece Nelson and your Lokongas and your them kind of guys, Vieira's, like, next season, like, I'm hoping, like, when you go into the window, because most of the players you're going to sign this summer, the additions are going to be there, because you're going to replace those, not fringe players, but you're going to add more to the squad, I guess, without losing that much, because most players that are going to be there, you're going to keep, like, obviously, Tomiyasu as well got released as well, I guess. So,
Tomiyasu as well.
But, like, think about it, like, Mosquera is an addition. Like, we never really had, cover for Saliba in that right centre back position. We now add to that. We now add to, natural cover for the right hand side for Saka, which we didn't have, allowing Ethan to return to the 10 position. And if he had an Eze, that's another option that can be used there. Like, I think it's difficult, because we have a lot of players that can play a couple of positions well. So you kind of have natural cover there, but it's also like you want more players, but you can't just have players sitting on the bench. We're not Chelsea. Like, like Arsenal are not a good selling club. So if Arsenal players are not playing and you're trying to sell them, we're gonna probably sell them for lower than we bought them, and we're not gonna make profits. And it doesn't really make sense to me as how this club operates. If it was Chelsea, I'm a Chelsea fan, and I know my club kind of make transfers well, cool. But we're not Chelsea in it, so that's just me. Like I think we've got to kind of be smart with the squad, but we've got to make sure that minimum 2 in each position. That's what I say. 2 options that that Mikel can trust to use. That it shouldn't be that there's one and one worst case. No, it should be week in, week out. You can rotate week in, week out of any player.
Jay Simpson says, Waffle and Cape, I thought you guys were 1-0 earlier. AC Milan won 6-5 on penalties, so you lost all in all. Bro, this is madness, bro. Because at the end of the day, in a game that finishes 1-0, obviously Arsenal won the game, innit? You know what I'm saying? All this penalty extra and all that kind of rubbish. It's all for entertainment, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter.
Some people are looking at certain football score apps and then they put the score as 6-5 when you open the score. Do you know, and the official thing is 1-0. They said before the game it was an additional penalty shootout just for practice, which I don't mind, which I like. I think it's kind of smart to use the preseason to kind of get your penalty practice against another team, not in the training session. Like it's kind of a low-key smart thing to do, but come on, man. It's not serious.
In terms of
Madueke,
let's get into Noni now. Obviously, he's not at pre-season. He's not there at the moment in Singapore and stuff like that. Can you see Noni having an impact next season? Real talk, serious question.
Yeah, like I think, like remove the Chelsea thing aside, remove the
bandana,
the price. Was it?
Remove the bandana, yeah.
Yeah, we moved the Chelsea. No, keep the bandana still. Hey, if anyone would have hair, I'm not saying you haven't had hair. I don't know how you was back in the day, but like if you've had long hair, I've had my fair share of long hair, and you're playing football. Trust me, you don't want that in your face, man. Like, trust me. So if that's his style, and everyone has their little things that you put on when you're playing football that makes you just the little charms and that. Like that's just what it is. If that's for him, that's for him. But back to the player. Like, I've been watching him since he was at PSV. Like obviously, I like football, and I watch a lot of football. So I think that's why I'm not just looking at him in the Chelsea lens. I'm looking at him as a young player that I've seen kind of grow, the traits that he has, what we don't have, and then also just what an environment like Arsenal, the coaching staff that we have, and we naturally tend to kind of get the best out of players. We've seen that with so many players, like that people have said written off or bar Sterling, and obviously I'm not a big fan of Sterling, but whatever, innit? In Madueke, I think you have a player that can carry the ball, like that he wants to beat a man. Like you might look at Martinelli and say, oh yeah, like naturally, like he head down, maybe struggles to beat a man. And obviously I don't think that's a natural game. I think that Martinelli's another guy that you find him behind and you give him easier balls to run onto, and he's a good finisher in my opinion. Like people might think Madueke is a bad player, but Sterling is towards the end of his career. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of Sterling fans in the twilight of his career, he was one of the best players in England, innit? So
100%.
I'm not disrespecting. Like, so if you're gonna compare Madueke to Sterling,
man's 100. Man's 100 goal club, bro. Man's 100 goal club.
If you're gonna compare Madueke to Sterling, that is perfectly fine. You have to. I can flip the agenda back on people, innit? It's perfectly fine because end of the day, Madueke is a player, as I said, gets a lot of shots off, and I think you come to an Arsenal team where the coach is a bit better, a bit more, finite. Like we've seen, like if he can improve his shooting, he can improve his angles, if he can improve his quality, and obviously he knows he's going up against Saka, where he knows he's not gonna ever get a starting position, just off the bat, he has to earn it. I think naturally his game will kind of reside well with us because you're gonna see a guy that gets the ball and he's gonna drive in and then he's gonna shoot. Obviously, sometimes it might be a bit frustrating because he doesn't look for the pass, but I think naturally coming to a team like ours where we're better than Chelsea, innit? I don't care about Chelsea fans, innit? So end of the day, they might be Club World Cup champions. Who are to them? Congrats. But
no comment.
We're a better team, innit? So I think coming here, you're gonna see a better guy. And he's already an England international. But my rate, I always said I respect a player. I think he went to PSV at 16. As a young English player, leaving his home. He's from Barnet. He's from London. He's a London boy. So I respect. I look at these little things. I think about your mentality and think, okay, you went to PSV, a foreign country, probably foreign language. You broke into their first team. He played against us in the Europa League in the 22-23 season. I remember it was causing us problems. People go watch the tape. You'll forget these little things because obviously he puts on the blue shirt and yeah, he's had the arrogance. I like the persona. I want players that you're gonna see in a press conference when they win us a game, he's gonna be talking his smack. Like make Arsenal black again, brothers. Make Arsenal black again. That's all I'm saying. So he's part of that movement. So that's what I'm trust. People are gonna be surprised. I think give it a couple of games when Madueke plays. I think the narrative around him is gonna change a lot from how it's been, which has been crazy, by the way. But yeah, what do you think? I don't know how much you rate the player or you don't know. But
I'll be honest with you, I didn't want him, but I was making a case that, you know what, he's not as bad as what, you know, everyone makes out. You know, because when I used to watch him at Chelsea, there's something about him, innit? He's got that dribble in it on him. Do you know what I'm saying? At least he's a player that likes to take risks in it, and that's what I like about him. Obviously, he's more of a selfish player in it, where he wants to like finish off. Do you know what I mean? Opportunities and, you know, cut in and try and shoot and stuff. There was a goal he scored, a wicked goal he scored, yeah, where he like took on two, 3 man and just banged it top corner. I would like to see a lot of
those guys. He's a moments guy still.
He's a moments guy.
Like if we're talking about Arsenal, a lot of what people were complaining about last season, bar the fact obviously we didn't win the league and we didn't win Champions League, was the football was a bit boring and that. Like
BBK is trolling up the place, you know. Bro.
Yeah, but then he's gonna be the first one on his streams when he's playing well, saying, "Do you know what? Hands up, guys." Go on. Yeah, I mean, like so. Let's see how it ages as well, innit? But end of the
we need to do a show in it, us three, innit? Like
100%.
Definitely do a show in it, us three, just
100%.
with them things there, man.
Like,
let me just go.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just saying. Let me just go through some of these comments and just see. Make Arsenal win again.
100%.
I don't care what any Arsenal fan says about Noni, as you guys made a petition against him not to sign him. That's as bad as triggering a release clause and not getting the player. This guy.
No, that whole petition thing was so stupid, man.
Yeah, that was a bit
dumb. Online, them Arsenal fans on X is a different brand. It's a different brand.
I'm telling you, bro. Madness. But I believe, that better players can raise other players' games. Yeah, we just don't see it because we've not seen the season start, because we're already looking at it in a negative light, innit? But I'm sure my boy BBK, as soon as Madueke scores, he's going to be jumping up, head busting up on the ceiling and all that. He's going to be going crazy. Of course, definitely going to be going crazy. But
we haven't seen that. Like, it's a new thing. Like we haven't like we need like these players. Like if the players that we have here, we're saying that it's getting stale. Like it's getting. Last season wasn't as entertaining as we want Arsenal football to be, which we all expect and we all want. Like I went to a lot of games last season. Like some of those games, I was just like, fam, like it's like there's nothing for me to get like excited about. And obviously that comes from obviously the pressure, because we really don't want to lose and we do want to drop points, because you know what it is in the grand schemes of things for the league. But the football needs to be better. And I think when you bring players that want to take risks and want to make moments, I think it adds more to the spectacle of the game. It adds more to the pressure you put on an opposition. And it, as you said, it raised the level. Like Saka now has never had, since he's broken to the first team, someone that's actually in his position that could like start when he's not playing. So like that adds to it. Like someone like Havertz now, like he naturally we're gonna assume he's gonna lose his position in the 9. But when he does play, if he does play 9, he's gonna have to take his chances. Same with Martinelli, same with Odegaard, same with Rice and Marino. Same with Timber and White, same with Lewis Skelly and whoever gets right back, same with Calafiori. Like I like it. Mascara, Saliba now. This is how you do it. You can't just have one player in each position and then the next guy is like 2-3 levels down. Like that's not like man are comfy, man are not really like getting into any situation that's like increasing their level and making them feel a threat. Because let's be real, we've all played football. If there's a man in your position that's good, you're gonna be locked in still. Because you know, if you're not locked in, you're going to be locked out. That's what I'm saying. So,
last thing though, and this is based on Arteta next season. What's your thoughts on him if he doesn't win at least a trophy next season? Because you know what, bro, we can do the positive and optimistic. We're winning something next season, but what there's a scenario where we don't win anything. What happens then in your mind?
It's tough for him still, because especially given how the window has been, which, as I said, like is a bit unprecedented from an Arsenal perspective. And given the fact that it's been many years, and yeah, like as we're saying, like if you can't even pull out like a Carabao Cup, which wouldn't satisfy me, but at least you're getting to a final, at least you're getting to a moment where you can lift some silverware. An FA Cup, which was a trophy that he won in his first season, but obviously he hasn't been able to really make any noise in that competition since. Like that's a minimum expectation for you to do something. And the league obviously is just always a reflection of who's the best team over the season. Like, you know, that's always what it is. Like, you just got to aim to be the best team. Like, if we don't,
you can read a politician answer. Does he keep his job?
No, he probably won't keep his job if he doesn't win. Like the only way.
What's your perspective? What's your thoughts on that?
I'm an Arteta guy, innit? So it's difficult.
So what? You still think he should still remain even if we come up short next season?
That's why I
finish outside the top 4.
No. If we finish outside the top 4, that's a non-good. Which I don't think we will do. But if that happens, that's you have to be out, because that's poor. Because how can you regress and also invest in the squad? That just means either if everything just went bad. So if that happens, that's a non-negotiable. That's not a question, isn't it? But if we finish second again, and like it's the only way that I have to say, like if we don't win an FA Cup, because if we win an FA Cup or Carabao Cup, I don't know if I'll be satisfied. Like say we finish third or something, I wouldn't be like, you know what? Yeah, we got silverware, so nah. Like I need one of the majors in it. That's what's really gonna make me feel like where we're at. Obviously, I want to win the FA Cup and a Carabao Cup. I think you can win that on the side of getting, in the Premier League. But I think the only way I wouldn't, like the only excuse, and maybe you can say I'm Arteta guys, if we get to the final day again and you finish on the same points as City and Liverpool and then you lose, and that's like at that point, I'm not saying what can you do, but it's like maybe people can look at it and say, do you know what? Like he's just not a winner because he's got close so many times, just can't do it. Maybe then that's a good argument. But I would be like there's no way you bang the door so many times and it's not gonna open. But it's possible it can be the case. So that would be me. But if he doesn't win a major, I think his job is looking on the line still. Like if he doesn't win a trophy.
For me, I'm gonna give you the straight answer. Yeah, man needs to go if you don't win nothing this season. Even if you don't win nothing, big up to the catch. Big up SB in the building, man. SB's caught me right at the moment, yeah, because I know you man like Arteta and stuff like that, yeah. But for me, if he can't win something next season, I can't see him ever winning anything. I can't see him ever getting over the line. And when you look at it, he's just spending more and more and more and more and more. And then the thing is, next season's going to become, well, we're going again next season. Then it's going to be the season after that. Then it's going to be the season after that. And I just don't know. I obviously, what I'm saying, yeah, I'm an older man. So I've seen Arsenal win it from the 80s. Do you understand? Yeah? I've seen the George Grahams. Do you know what I mean? Proper managers. Do you know what I mean? Arsene Wenger's coming to the team, manage the team and stuff like that. Arteta's been good, but for me, not good enough. Everyone makes mistakes at the end of the day and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it. And I get it. It's difficult to compete in the league, but I'm not making excuses for him because Arne Slot, yes, he inherited world-class players, but you still got to manage them, man. Just because they're world-class players doesn't mean that it's not tough for them, because if they don't rate you as a manager, then they're gonna do whatever they want and they're not gonna support you. So we also in danger as well this season, of maybe losing some of our big players as well if we don't win something this season. And it's not a given. It's not a given, by the way. Yeah? But I just feel that, you know what, we need to stop talking about winning and we need to just get on with it and just win something. That's what we need to do. And if we can do that, then big respect. But if we come up short, and I mean, you got to give it context. I get it, but I'm not giving no one context next season. There's no context for me, because that's another year of being bantered off by. Imagine next season, Chelsea win like a FA Cup or something like that. Spurs win a Carabao Cup. we get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, we come second, yeah? Bro, that's not good enough for me. That's not good enough. That's not acceptable. We need to start winning things, because when you win stuff, yeah, that winning mentality not just goes around the players, it goes around the club, it goes around the fans. Everyone starts to feel that winning mentality. And then the next season, we want to win more. You just get hungry for winning. So I think next year is important that we start off early. Do you know what I'm saying? In the cups, we go strong. Yeah, we get one, wrap up one of those cups early doors. Maybe it's Carabao Cup or whatever. I know we're going to play some of the kids, but we need to wrap up these cups, yeah, bro. Yeah, just win something. So we've just got that step that we can just build on from there. Do you know what I mean? That's how I look at things.
No, of course, like we have to win, innit? Like, I personally wouldn't still be satisfied if like we just won the FA Cup next season and finished second or went to champion. I personally wouldn't be satisfied because it will feel anticlimactic. I would definitely be happy about obviously the day, obviously end of the season and us winning. And like, I'm not saying I wouldn't, but like I don't care about other clubs' banner, man. Like most of the clubs that of these fans that talk, like with all due respect, like you're like if like they're not competing for Premier League, they're not in the running in for trying to win the Champions League, and if we win one of those trophies, they can win as much FA Cups or Carabao Cups as they want, like or Conference Leagues or Europa Leagues. Do you know what I'm saying? None of us are gonna care. Do you know what I mean? End of the day, we all know what we want to win. We want to win the Champions League, or we want to win the Premier. We want to win them both. Like that's what's gonna really satisfy us. And obviously, as you said, winning breeds that. And obviously, like maybe that means you might have to focus on winning the Carabao Cup because it's an in-season competition that you win, and that can give you that basis and that step to say, do you know what, Champions League, Premier League, let's try go for it because we want to feel this again. But I think we got to win the Prem or we got to win champs. I think let's underline it. Like the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, we should be winning, but we need to win the Prem or we need to win champs. Like it's one of those. Like I think none of the fan base is going to be satisfied with just that. But I think Arteta can. So it's just about us doing it. And I think if we do it this season, I just want to see what that Arteta out movement. I want to see what that Arteta out movement. I want to see what.
No.
I want to see how it's going to look after. No, but you don't think so? That you have to realize how football fans these days, the goalpost just has to shift however you want to move it. Next season, I can give you the line they're going to say if you win the league. After the little parade and after celebration, it will be 5 years or 6 years, one Prem. Come on, man.
No, but that's rivals though. That's going to be rivals.
No, the Arteta out is the ones that hate him, like that know that they're gonna shift it because it's gonna be like.
I don't think so, man. They'd be happy, bro. They'd be happy, bro, because
of course
we've not won a Premier League since 2024. We've not won anything yet, but I don't think they're gonna be.
2004, yeah, it's crazy.
I don't think they'll be moving like that. Listen, let me just go through some of these comments, yeah, and we're gonna wrap up, yeah. Hey, big up to SB and oh god, and Catch, yeah. Make sure you man go and subscribe to these, man. Yeah. Hey, listen, you man, yeah, you need to introduce. You need to get me onto your show. You know, it's like I'm gonna have to message man, innit? I'm gonna have to message man to get me on their show. Make sure you introduce me or you get me onto your show one of these days. But make sure everyone in here right now go and subscribe to the Catch Up, man. SB and man like Catch, yeah. Listen, these guys are bona fide. Have you ever watched any of their shows before?
Yeah,
bona fide, didn't it? Bona fide, man. Have you seen the Trenches as well, Fam Zone as well?
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh yeah. That's something on Friday that their man are on as well. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm gonna check out.
You'll have to catch that one of these days, man. But do you know what? I had to do my passionate thing, bro, because you know what? We all think we're not all the same. We're all different, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
everyone
humble,
has a different kind of, you know what I mean, expectation. But let me just go through these last few comments. No chance with that clueless Hawk Rice. Continue to get roasted by Fulham, Palace, West Ham, etc. on the counter. BBK says no. Okay, moves the goalpost more than Arteta. No one moves the goalpost more than Arteta's defenders. Big up to Eros, Facts BBK. 2004, back in 3310, top the charts. Eduardo, Alexis. I don't even think WhatsApp was out or YouTube was out them times there. Bro. That's how long ago it was.
100% not. Yeah, no.
Yeah, man.
That was old school days, man.
Just expectations. You'll be high in the next season. Pull up when you're ready, my guy. Definitely 100%. And there's the link for catch share people. Yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to these man, because these mans, I'm telling you, yeah, they're gonna blow up YouTube. Yeah, they're gonna blow up. They're gonna blow up, man. See what I mean? So make sure you go link them and all them things there. But Abs, the next show will be when we land Messi. Crazy chat. Man's getting bigged up. Cape
Big up the catch, so subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I'd love to feature.
It's all opinions as well. Everyone see the game different. There's no right or wrongs.
100%,
my brother. And yeah, I think you're falling behind everyone in the tops. This brother Jay Simpson, yeah, big up to you, man. Man's trolling up the place.
Chronic troller still. He's even killing me in the chat.
As long as these cronkies are full control, nothing will change with this football club. Big up to the catch and all them things. Hey, listen, brother, yeah, we've come to the end of the show. Yeah, you know what? Food's in the oven. Yeah, probably mash up now. Probably dry. Do you know what I mean? Not able to eat it properly and them things there. But listen, it's been a good show today. Listen, we need to link up again one of these days. So we're chat anyway. I'll give you my telephone number and telephone. Yeah. I'll give you my mobile number and all that. So you can.
No, 100%, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you, man. A pleasure having me on the channel as well. Like, everyone, subscribe to the Waffle Done channel. Obviously, if you're not familiar with my channel, go to the Cape Has Pause channel, hit the subscribe button. All Arsenal. A lot of good content in there, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us, like, you're gonna see a lot of me on this channel, and you see a lot of on my channel as well.
Definitely, bro. Listen.
Everyone in the chat, man. Everyone in the chat has been keeping me entertained tonight, even us.
100%. Fun KP still from BBK. BBK, Taron, yeah. We got to do a free show, yeah. One of these days, yeah. We've got to do one of them shows one of these days, yeah, because the people want it. So we've got to give them what the people want. But big up to everyone in the chat. You've been absolute superb today. My guy, Cape, in the building. It's been a pleasure having you and all them things there. And yeah, man, people, we out, man.
Yeah, peace.